find the exact value of this. The limits are infinity and 3. Please do not get confused if you get infinity over here. So this is, we can write this as 2x power minus 2 dx, and this is infinity and 3. So first we integrate it. How do we integrate? We'll write it as 2x to the power minus 1 divided by minus 1, right? And we can simplify it and write it as minus 2 upon x. Once we have this, now we'll plug in the limits. Okay, so what are the limits? Infinity and 3. Now remember, minus 2 upon infinity, subtract करेंगे lower limit minus 2 upon 3. 2 upon infinity, please do not get confused with this. I'm just writing it, note it down somewhere. If 1 upon 0 is infinity, so 1 divided by infinity will be equals to 0. Infinity इधर आया, 0 इधर चला गया. So any number divided by infinity will be a 0. Minus minus plus 2 upon 3. So the final answer becomes 2 upon 3, and that is it. Right? Moving on. In question 2, it says the diagram shows part of the curve with the equation y equals to k sine half x. Now, please remember everyone, this half x means, we just discussed in the trigonometry lesson that the sine graph will complete one revolution in 720 degrees, or if it is in radian, it will be in 4 pi. Okay. So this one complete revolution is, this should be 4 pi over here. Which means what should be this point? It is very easy. If you have understood the sine graph, let me make the basic sine graph over here. This is 180. This is 360. And this is 270 over here, this lowest point, right? 270 degrees in terms of pi, that is 3 pi by 2. I'm talking about 270 at the moment. But because this is sine of half x, it means this will be 3 pi upon 2 multiplied by 2. Right? So 3 pi by 2 multiplied by 2. So this will become 3 pi or 540 degrees. Again, this 360 point is now at 720 or 4 pi. This 270 degrees is now at 540 or 3 pi, and that is it. Right? In part B, it says a sequence of transformation is applied to the curve in the following order. Applied to the curve. What curve? This curve, which is y is equals to k sine half x. A translation of 2 units in the negative y direction, which means in the following order. So first I will do the translation and I will write a minus 2 over here. Reflection in x-axis. When there is a reflection in x-axis, I multiply the whole equation by a negative sign. So this will become minus k sine half x plus 2. It is saying find the equation of the new curve and determine the coordinates of the point on the curve corresponding to A. Okay, so this is point A. Easy. First of all, this x coordinate was 3 pi, right? This x coordinate was 3 pi. If there is a translation, अच्छा, and ये वाला point क्या होगा? What I will do is I will write y is equals to k sine and half, and x value is 3 pi, right? Can you do 3 pi upon 2 in the calculator quickly? That should be a minus 1. So this will be a minus k. I'm assuming what I've done over here is correct. Okay. So this will be minus k over here. Because the amplitude is k, so this will be minus k. And this highest point will be a plus k. Okay. Now starting with these initial coordinates of A, which were x coordinate was 3 pi and the y coordinate was minus k. Right? Initial coordinate. Now, first of all, there's a translation of minus 2. It means k after this translation, this will become 3 pi will remain as it is, x value, but y value will go down. है ना? Minus 2 हो गया. Translate कर दिया तो y value नीचे आ गया. Now, when I reflect it in the x-axis, तो ये वाला जो point होता है, this comes up. But the x value remains the same, which means the 3 pi should remain as it is, but this should become k plus 2. Positive में चला जाएगा. जो negative वाला था, वो पॉजिटिव में चला जाएगा because I'm reflecting in the x-axis and this will be my final coordinate corresponding to A, right? ठीक है. The curve such that dy dx is this. It is given that the points lie on the curve. Find the value of A. So now what I will do is I will have to first find the equation of the curve because this is x and y coordinate and I have dy dx over here. So integrating both the sides. So when I integrate dy dx, I will write y over here. This will become 3 power 4x plus 5. Half plus 1, that is 3 upon 2. I also divided by the new power, which is 3 upon 2. Right? And also multiply in the denominator with this derivative, which is 4 plus c. 2 ones are 2 twos are, right? This 3 and this 3 cancels out. I am left with y equals to 1 upon 2, 4x plus 5 power 3 upon 2 plus c. To find the value of c, x1 और y9 डाल देते हैं. x1 करूंगा तो 4 ones are 4 plus 5, that's 9. Okay, so 9 is equals to 1 upon 2. 9 square root is 3, 3 cube is 27 plus c. So c is equals to 9 minus 27 upon 2, which is 18 minus 27, which is minus 9 upon 2. This is the value of c. It is saying find the value of a. Now, as I have the value of c, I will write my equation as y equals to half into 4x plus 5 power 3 by 2 minus 9 by 2. And then I just simply substitute x equals to 5. X equals to 5 हो जाएगा तो 4 5 is 20 plus 5 is 25. 25 square root is 5. 5 cube is 125. This will become 125 upon 2 minus 9 upon 2. 125 minus 9 is 116 upon 2, which is equals to 58. I believe this is your final answer for the value of y. Prove the identity over here in this case. Now, whenever you have to prove, take this left hand side, which is like the more complicated side, and just start expanding. Let's say यहाँ पे whole square है तो expand कर दो. Sin square plus 2 sin cos plus cos square minus 1 upon cos square. Sin square plus cos square होता है 1. 1 minus 1 cancel. So I can just simply write it as 2 sin cos upon cos square. Cos और cos square cancel. 2 sin upon cos. Sin upon cos is tan, and we have hence proven this as 2 tan theta. 3 mark, straightforward. Expansion, sin plus cos की expansion, sin square plus 2 sin cos plus cos. Hence solve this equation. So in this over here, I can write 2 tan theta, right, is equals to 5 tan cube theta. Now, please keep in mind what I'm about to tell you, that one mistake students make is they cancel out tan cube and tan. ये आप नहीं करोगे. You will bring 2 tan and 5 tan cube over here. Then you will take tan common. You will get 2 minus 5 tan square. Now you have tan theta is equals to 0. Okay, and then 2 minus 5 tan square theta is equals to 0. So 2 minus 5. Yes. So this will become
Sir, one question.
Yes, Ryan.
Sir, could you explain कि आपने cos theta को कैसे बाहर निकाला, because I'm a bit confused with that.
Where did I take it out?
Sir, to make sin theta cos theta into sin theta.
Over here in the first step.
Yeah.
But first I expanded it, right? So sin square plus cos square is 1. Yes?
Yeah.
1 minus 1 cancels out, so that is 0. So in the numerator, I only have 2 sin cos.
Yeah.
Upon cos square. Cos and cos square cancels, leaving me with only cos. Sin upon cos is tan.
Achha, okay, sir. I got it.
Okay.
Sir,
Now,
can you explain 4B? यही वाला क्वेश्चन जो आप कर रहे हैं समझ नहीं आया।
Beta, we just proved that this is 2 tan, right?
यस
So beta, I just bought the 5 tan cube over here, and now I'm factorizing like you would do in any other case. If it was like this, you would just take x common and write 2 minus 5x square. So this is what I've done exactly over here. And then x is equals to 0 and 2 minus 5x square is equals to 0. These would be your solutions. So this is exactly what I have done over here. And this will become tan square theta is equals to 2 upon 5. Now you take the square root of 2 upon 5. So that, and then you do tan inverse. And please, one very important thing to note, that when I take tan theta as my square root of 2 upon 5, if you put square root of 2 upon 5 in the calculator, it is giving you a 0.632, and then it will keep on going on. Do not round it off over here, beta. In your calculator, put it as it is. So when you're putting it in the calculator, you will show that tan inverse of the answer. Do it like this. Or if you can't do that, then write tan inverse of root 2 upon 5 as it is. This will be even better. Okay. So shift tan inverse of answer. I'm getting 32.3. Now, I have my value of theta is 32.3. And one of the values of tan is 0. So this tan 0 is 0. So one of the answers will be 0. Now, I have to go from minus 90 to 90. Right. So theta will have values what? That will be 0. One of the values will be 32.3. And I'm saying one of the values will be minus 32.3 as well. Okay. How can we confirm this? How can we confirm this? Well, what I want you people to do is put minus 32.3 and minus 32.3 over here. If it is coming out as equal, it means my values are correct. So in your exam, make sure once you have these values of theta, to do confirm them by putting them back up into the original equation. However, I just want to make one thing over here for your understanding. We did tan graphs today. So, and I told you, matlab, ki this is how the graph is like, right? So we learned ki if it is 1 at 45, so it is minus 1 at minus 45 as well. Similarly, if over here it is 32.3, सही है 32.3 पर आ रहा है root 2 upon 5. So this same value you will get at minus 32 upon 3 as well with a negative answer. ठीक है. अब आप बोलोगे सर क्यों? क्योंकि जो स्क्वायर रूट है ना, दिस गिव्स मी अ प्लस एंड माइनस वैल्यू, राइट? तो मैं नेगेटिव वाले में भी जाके देख सकता हूँ कि नेगेटिव रूट 2 अपॉन 5 पर भी मेरे पास 32.3 आ रहा होगा, लेकिन वो माइनस में आ रहा. एंड अगेन, whenever you get these answers, put them back up into your original equations and confirm if the answers are correct. If basically the both the sides are not equal, it means your values are not correct, and you can just exclude them from your answer. So you will never get this wrong, right? Once you put the tan inverse and you get these values, you can never get this answer wrong. A curve has the equation y equals to 3 upon 2x square minus 5. Find the equation of the normal to the curve at the point. Okay, if I have to find the equation of the normal to the curve, it means I have to find the gradient as well. So my first step will be to bring this in the numerator. And then I will find the dy dx. This dy dx represents the gradient of the tangent. So this will become minus 3, 2x square minus 5, reduce the power by 1, and then multiply it with the derivative of this, which is 4x. So now my dy dx is minus 12x. And I can write this in the denominator, 12, 2x square minus 5, power 1 ho jayega. I didn't reduce the power by 1, na? This should have become minus 2. So this will become whole square, right? And now x value is 2. So I will write, in place of x, I will write 2. 2 into 2 square, 4, 4 to the 8, 8 minus 5 is 3, right? In denominator.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Sir, won't you divide the dy by dx by 2x squared? by 2.
ओ बेटा
Sorry.
मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं बेटा, इंटीग्रेशन दिस इज डिफरेंशिएशन. In differentiation, we multiplied with the derivative of 2x square minus 5, which is 4x, which I have done over here, right?
Okay, sir.
2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 minus 5, 3, 3 square is 9. So minus 24 upon 9, 3, 8. So minus 8 upon 3 is the gradient of your tangent, which means the gradient of your normal will be the negative reciprocal, which is positive 3 by 8. And then finally, to find the equation of your curve, you do y minus y1, which is 1, is equals to m, which is the gradient, into x minus x1, which is 2. 8y minus 8 is equals to 3x plus minus 6. And then we have to give it in this form. So make sure आप इसी form में दो. 8y को उधर ले आओ. 3x minus 8y minus 6 plus 8 क्या हो जाएगा? Plus 2. Equals to 0, and that would be my final answer, and that is it. Okay, so now this question, it is of binomial theorem. It is saying it is given that the coefficient of x cube. Now, before we do anything further, let's first expand it. Now, because it is only talking about the coefficient of x cube, let me just explain one thing in advance over here. I will get an x cube term if I multiply, let me just write it over here. X square term over here with this term, it will make it x cube. X cube term over here with this 5 over here, that will also give me an x cube, and no other value will give me an x cube, right? So I just need to find the x square and an x cube term. Simple as that. Keep it simple. Okay?
Sir, I
So,
did not understand that.
beta, if it is talking about x cube, then you have to think what terms when you multiply will give you an x cube. Let me just do the whole thing for you, beta. So if I expand it, how do I expand? The formula is, it's given over there in the formula sheet. Okay, so this will become 2 power 4 plus 4c1 2 power 3 into ax plus 4c2 2 power 2 into ax whole square plus 4c3 this is power 4 a is 2 power and
Sir,
yeah, so this will become power 1.
instead
Yes,
of doing the whole thing, हम सिर्फ 4C3 नहीं कर सकते?
beta, just give me a moment. सही, मैं उसी पे आ रहा हूँ, but I just need a moment. 4c1 is 4 into 8 ax. 4c2 is 6. I believe if I'm making a mistake, someone correct me. And 4c3 is also 4. Can you confirm beta? बल्कि मैं कर लेता हूँ. 4c4. That's 1. ठीक है? नहीं, 4c3 भी 1 ही होगा. 4c3. That is 4. Sorry. 4c3 is 4. So this will be 4 into 2 into a cube x cube. When I simplify it, this will become 16 plus 32ax plus 24a square x square plus 8a cube x cube. This is expansion, and this is 5 minus ax. Now, because it is talking about the x cube term, I will get an x cube when I multiply 8 by this. So 8 times 5 is 40. And this square term over here with this. This will become a cube and this will become x cube. Now the question that I wanted to say was a is 3. I'll come to, thank you, Hassan. Look, Sarah, what I was saying was that we did not have to expand it completely. We can just think if we had just the square term and the cube term, that will give us a cube. Matlab, when we multiply over here, these are the only two terms that will make a whole cube. So there was no point in expanding it completely. Understood, Miss Sarah?
Kind of, yeah.
The coefficient is
But
432.
then, sir, sir, how would you figure out the coefficient?
I'm coming to that, beta. The coefficient of x cube is given as 432. Now from here, take x cube common.
No, I meant for like when you were saying that you didn't have to expand it. So how do you find like the coefficient?
Beta, because I know I have to find x cube. So what will make x cube? X square into x will make an x cube, right?
Yes, sir, but I'm asking you, how do you find the coefficient then if you did it the shorter way?
Beta, I could have just found out these two terms directly. I could have done 4C2 and 4C3 only. Right?
Okay.
Okay, is equals to 432 x cube. X cube cancels. I'm left with 40 a cube minus 24 a cube equals to 432. Calculator beta. 16 a cube is equals to 432. 432 divided by 16 is 27. A is equals to 3. And that is it. Okay. This question says a straight line means the curve at a single point P. Whenever there is an unknown constant, you will be using b square minus 4ac. And as it's a single point, you already know in advance, this is something you should write down immediately. Single point accuracy. Now equate the two equations. So this is 3y square. In place of y, I can write x plus 5, right? So in place of y, I write x plus 5. Okay, so this is x square plus 10x plus 25 equals to k. 2x square plus 3x square plus 30x plus 75 minus k equals to 0. 5x square plus 30x plus 75 minus k equals to 0. So b is 30, a is 5, and this is c. So 30 square minus 4 into 5 into 75 minus k equals to 0. 920 times 75 is 1500. Yeah. Plus 20k. So 20k is equals to 600 and k equals to 30. Once you have the value of k, to find the value of p, we are simply solving this equation, right? क्या equation थी? 5x square plus 30x 75 minus 30 क्या हो जाएगा? 45 plus 45 equals to 0. We get the value of x from here, put it into the equation, get the value of y. You can use your calculators, but if I divide this equation by 5, I will get this. Or I will get x plus 3 and x plus 3. Or x is equals to minus 3 will be my only answer. Once I have the value of x as minus 3, y is equals to x plus 5. Y is minus, x is minus 3 plus 5 should be 2. And the coordinates of p आप लोग यूं लिख लेना -3, 2. एग्जाम में ऐसे करके देना आंसर. Everything should be 100% clear for the exam. And arithmetic progression is such that its first term is 6 and its 10th term is 19.5. Find the sum of the first 100 terms of this arithmetic progression. Okay. Nth term formula is a plus n minus 1 into d. Nth term, okay? So the 10th term is 19.5. First term is 6. 10 minus 1 is 9, d. 19.5 minus 6 is 13.5 is equals to 90. D will be is equals to 1.5. Once you have the value of D, finding the sum is a straightforward task for the first 100 terms. The formula is n upon 2, which means 100 upon 2 into 2a. So 2 into 6 plus n minus 1, 100 minus 1 into d, which is 1.5. 50 into 12 plus 99 into 1.5 कितना होता है? हाँ. 148.5 plus 12 multiplied by 50 भी कर दो. What is the final answer? 8025 is the sum of the first 100 terms. Lovely. Now in part B, it says a geometric progression is such that this 24 and ratio is half. The sum to infinity is given by this. The sum to infinity of the even numbered terms is denoted by this. Find the values of sum and sum to infinity of even numbers. Dekho, first let's find the simple sum to infinity, which is a upon 1 minus r, right? This is a simple formula. And first term is 24 divided by 1 minus half. 1 minus half कितना होता है? Half. So 24 upon half, that makes it 48. ये तो मेरे पास आ गया. अब it is talking about the sum to infinity of the even numbered terms. Okay. So first let's find the even numbered terms. If I'm finding the second term, say nth term का formula is ARN minus 1. So the second term will be what? A is 24, ratio is half into 2 minus 1, which is 1. So that will become 12. What will be the fourth term? 24 into half to the power of 4 minus 1, which is 3. So 24 upon 8, that will become 3. Hai na? I hope I'm doing it correctly, right? Which means the first term of the even numbered terms is 12. Pehla term 12 hoga. And the common ratio of the even numbered terms will be 3 upon 3 upon 12. Because this will be my first term and the fourth term will be my second term, even numbered terms. So 1 upon 4 will become my common ratio. So if I had to find the sum to infinity of these even numbered terms, 12 divided by 1 minus 1 upon 4, 12 divided by 3 upon 4, 12 for the 48 upon 3, which is 16.
Sir, why would the fourth term be your second term?
Because beta, if you're talking about even numbers, what is the second even number? Isn't it the fourth?
Shouldn't it be the third?
Beta, is it even numbered? It is given over here, beta. These are the even numbered terms. You can think on your own as well. What do you mean by even? Sarah?
So, sir, it also says A2.
What?
It
Yeah,
also says A2.
A2 is even. A4 is even. A6 is even, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
So why for the second term you chose the fourth term?
better then what should I choose?
Sir, that's why I'm asking you. Why did you choose the fourth term?
Better because it is saying the sequence is just the even numbered terms. So if you're talking about the even numbered terms, what are the even number? How will you write the even numbers? They will be 12, then 3 and so on, right? When we talk about the even numbered terms, the first even number will be the even number, which is second term, which will be 12, and this is the fourth term, which is 3. I don't care if this comes out as even. I'm talking about the even numbered terms. Second, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 term. So the first even numbered term is the second term. You get what I'm saying, beta? देखो, I'm not talking about what is the second term. Even numbered terms की बात हो रही है. So if I'm writing, this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth term, and so on. If I talk about just the even numbered terms, this will be my sequence now. This will be my first term,
Okay.
second term, and third term now, right?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's it. The functions f and g are defined for all real values of x by f of x is equals to 3x minus 2 whole square plus k. Given that the range of gf is 39, find the value of k. Now, before we move any further, let's first understand what this function gf means. Gf of x means that the x values of this function of g are now defined by f of x, right? Okay, gf of x is greater than equals to 39. How do I find gf of x? Sorry, beta. In place of x, you can write what? The function g, right? So 3x minus 2 whole squared plus k minus 1. 3x minus 2 and then minus 1 outside, right? So this is greater than equals to 39. We have to find the value of k. Okay. Now, आप लोग को समझना क्या है कि ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 39 का मतलब क्या है, पहले आप लोग ये समझो। जी एफ ऑफ एक्स जब मैं ग्राफ फंक्शन बनाऊंगा ना, तो उसका जो लोएस्ट पॉइंट होगा वो 39 होगा, राइट? समझ में आ रही बात? ये इस फंक्शन का जो लोएस्ट पॉइंट होगा वो 39 होगा, क्योंकि ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 39 है। जो क्वाड्रेटिक फंक्शन है वो यू बन रहा होगा कुछ। समझ में आ रही बात? यू बन रहा होगा क्योंकि एक्स स्क्वायर पॉजिटिव है। तो मैं इसको यू लिख लेता हूँ पहले। 5, चलो मैं मिटा लेता हूँ पहले इसको, बिकॉज इफ आई डिलीट इट आपको मसला होगा। 5 3x माइनस 2 होल स्क्वायर्ड। अच्छा ये 5k हो जाएगा, है ना? मैं ब्रैकेट ओपन कर दूं तो 5k minus 1 is greater than equals to 39. Now I know from this k this value is 39. टर्निंग पॉइंट आ रही है ना? रिलेटिंग इट बैक अगेन ओवर हियर, a into x minus h होल स्क्वायर प्लस k में ले आऊं अगर मैं, इफ a इज पॉजिटिव तो मिनिमम पॉइंट होता है, वो मिनिमम पॉइंट मुझे पता है 39 है, राइट? And this value k represents my minimum point, which in this case is 39, and over here it is 5k minus 1. So I can say 5k minus 1 should be equals to 39. So 5k is equals to 40 and k is equals to 8. Now let me just quickly explain this part again. Look, acha, it's azan. Let me just stop for a minute. For this value of k, once we have the value of k, which is 8,
Sir,
it is saying find the range of fg. Easy. देखो, so this is 3x minus 2 whole squared. I think यही है. Plus k, and k is 8 from the previous part. And g of x is 5x minus 1. Okay. Now in place of क्या कहते हैं, when it's saying fg, so in place of x, what will I find? What will I put? 5x minus 1. (15x minus 3 minus 2 whole squared plus 8). So fg will become 15x minus 5 whole squared plus 8, right? Okay, now important point to note over here, we are supposed to only have to give the range for a quadratic form. यहाँ पे सिर्फ x होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे x के साथ 15 है, मैं 15 का स्क्वायर बाहर कॉमन ले लेता हूँ, ठीक है? So this will become x minus 5 upon 15 plus 8, ठीक है? आई डोंट नो इसकी जरूरत थी या नहीं थी, नहीं थी आई थिंक. Even if I hadn't done it, this plus 8 gives me the range of the function. So fg should be greater than equals to 8. Yeah, this should be the final answer, okay? Because even if I keep it in this form, this will be my lowest point, 8, right? And that will be it. I just had to stop over here. मुझे करने की जरूरत भी नहीं थी, इस 8 से मुझे फाइनल आंसर मिल जाता. I just had a thing in mind कि 15 might multiply over here, लेकिन वो तो होना ही नहीं, वो तो सिर्फ बाहर रहेगा यहाँ पे. So this will give me my lowest point, which is 8, and that will be it. That will be my final answer. Now in part C, it says the function h is defined for all real values of x. g और h of x दिया हुआ है आपको, सही है? g क्या है हमारे पास? सबसे पहले g of x हमें शुरू से दिया हुआ है, which is 5x minus 1. Okay, and h of x हमें नहीं पता. Guys, like without using their method, can you tell me what do you think h of x will be? Okay, what will I put in place of x that will make it 35x plus 7 सही कह रहे हो, लेकिन 7x होना चाहिए ना, 7x माइनस, अब 19 कैसे बनाऊंगा मैं इसको, प्लस होना चाहिए ना, 7x plus what should I multiply and then minus 1 so that becomes 19. 5 4 है ना, तुम कहोगे सर 5 4 20 होना चाहिए, because if I expand it, लेकिन you have to learn another thing as well. वो क्या है मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. If we find the inverse of g, सही, if we find the inverse of g, what will it be? So x equals to 5y minus 1, so y equals to x plus 1 upon 5, सही. So this is g inverse of x. Now it is saying hence or otherwise, means using this value of a g inverse or otherwise find the value of h of x. अब मैं आपको एक फंक्शन से रिलेटेड चीज बताता हूँ. देखो, g h of x is equals to 35x plus 19. I can also write it as h of x is equals to let me, I'm trying to relate exactly ना, मैं दिमाग में आने दो. कैसे करते हैं इसको, इनवर्स को कैसे रिलेट करते हैं, स्किप हो गया मेरे माइंड से. ये 35x plus 19 दिया हुआ है, x plus 1/5 दिया हुआ है, इसको यूज करके ना वी फाइंड h of x डायरेक्टली. वो कैसे होता है, I'm just trying to think. Give me 1 second बेटा. That if you have been given g of h and you have g inverse, so to find h of x will be given as g inverse, and in place of x you will have g of h. Why is this? We'll come to discuss that later on, but for the time being, note this down. Right? So h of x will become what? We already have g of x. In place of x, we'll write 35. पूरा g of x आ जाएगा, सही है. So 35x plus 19 plus 1 upon 5. And that will make it 7x. 20 upon 5 will become 4, and this will be my final answer for h of x. And that is it. In question 10, it says the diagram shows a circle with center and radius. The circle intersects the y-axis at the points A and B. The size of the angle is theta. Find the equation of the tangent to the circle at the point -6, 9. ठीक है? Okay. So this is center C is -4, 5. This is the center over here, right? Radius is this, and we have to find the equation of the tangent. ठीक है? Now what we know is -6, 9 roughly, let's say वो इधर होगा, सही है? Let's say -6 इधर है और ये 9 point ऊपर होगा कहीं पे भी. I don't know where it is. We have to find the equation of this tangent. Now to find the equation of the tangent, I need the gradient of the tangent. I know this point is -6, 9, which means I can find the gradient of this radius. सही है? या this point C2 लेकर ये जो भी point कह लो उसको A या B. So first find the gradient over here. So 5 minus 9 by 2 minus 5 1 upon -4 minus -6. -4 plus 6 is plus 2. So this is the gradient of this line. So the gradient of the tangent would be a negative reciprocal, which is positive 1/2. I have the point -6, 9. I will just use the equation half into x minus -6 plus 6. Okay? I will not go any further. This is enough. So 6 plus 18 is 24. This is the equation. Find the equation of the circle in the form. Okay, this is even easier because I know the equation of a circle is given by this. This is a general form. A and B is the center. So A is -4 x value is minus 4, so this will become a plus 4. Plus y minus b will make it minus 5 whole squared is equals to radius square. So square root 20 का square 20 हो जाएगा, right? And that is it. कोई ना circle भी आ गया. Find the value of theta correct to 4 significant figures. Okay. Now I know this radius over here. It's easy now. This length is square root 20. This length is square root 20. If I have the length of AB, I can use cosine rule to find this length. Right? Now, what is the coordinate of A? I know it is a point on the y-axis, which means x is 0. Lovely. So 4 square is 16. 16 को उधर ले जाएं, क्या बन जाएगा? अच्छा, मैं तो वहीं पे शुरू हो गया, sorry. Okay. So y minus 5 whole square will be is equals to 20 minus 16, which is 4. Square root both the sides will get y minus 5 is equals to plus minus 2. I'm skipping some steps. So y will be is equals to 2 plus 5 will be 7. And minus 2 plus 5 will become 3. So the values is 7 and 3. So this value obviously will be 7 and this value will be 3, which means this length is 4. Once we have this length as 4, I will do something that you have always done in your O-levels. Finding this angle theta, I will use a cosine rule. Cosine rule क्या होता है? C square, which in this case is 4 square, is equals to root 20 square plus root 20 square minus 2 into root 20 into root 20 cos of theta. 16 is equals to 20 plus 20 is 40 minus root 20 into root 20 again will make it 20. 2 into 20 will make it 40 cos theta. ठीक है? 40 cos theta को left hand side पे ले गया. 40 minus 16 is 24. Cos theta will become 24 upon 40 and then you tell me the answer beta जल्दी से. 24 upon 40, so theta will be equals to cos inverse 88.69 degrees, or if you are giving it as degrees, so 88.7 हो जाएगा. सही, 1 decimal place. I hope you have calculated 24 upon 40 करें. सही. Okay, so that's the value of your theta. And now find the value.
Sir, how do you get y minus 5 square equals to 4?
Good question, beta. So x is 0. 4 square is 16. 16 comes here. 20 minus 16 is 4. Y minus 5 whole square is equals to 16. 4, right?
How did we know x is 0?
Beta, because it is on the y-axis, beta. This is what I said 3 or 4 times. This is a y-axis. On the y-axis, x is 0.
Okay.
What I got it.
Radian में देना है बेटा. So, beta, wait. Where is the calculator? 24 divided by 40. Shift cos inverse answer is 53.13. You are wrong over there as well. आपने ये भी ठीक नहीं करे. So I by mistake I gave this in theta. But if I had to convert it to radian, I will just divide by 57.3. So the answer is 0.927 radians. Find the perimeter and area of the shaded region. Perimeter of the shaded region is easy. Arc length, and this is 4, right? So how will I find the arc length? S is equals to r theta. R is root 20 into 0.927. This is the arc length. So the perimeter will become root 20 multiplied by 0.927 plus 4, 8.1456. So perimeter becomes 8.15 centimeters. Area of shaded region will be equals to area of the sector minus area of triangle. Half AB sine theta. We already have theta. So area of the shaded region will become half. Again, let me show it to you. Area of this whole sector minus area of this triangle. That will be the shaded area. Radius is 20, angle is 0.927. Calculator में डाल बेटा, please put this in the calculator. So root 20 square into 0.927 minus half into root 20 into root 20 और whole squared हो जाएगा, because both lengths are same, into sine of 0.927. And whatever your answer is, that is the area of shaded region. Final answer 1.27 and 1.27 centimeter square if it is given in centimeters. सेंटीमीटर में नहीं है तो यूनिट स्क्वायर लिखोगे आंसर, सही है. 1.27 यूनिट स्क्वायर. ओवर हियर आई शुड हैव आल्सो रिटन यूनिट्स ओवर हियर, सही है. In this question, it says the diagram shows a curve. The curve crosses the x-axis at points A and B, and the minimum point. Minimum point देखते ही what should come to your mind is dy dx is 0. Find the exact coordinates. You will say, sir, we'll find the dy dx. How? Minus 2 upon 3 into 2 is minus 4 upon 3. X to the power minus 2 upon 3 minus 1 will be minus 5 by 3. And then minus 1 upon 3 into 3 will become plus. X to the power minus 1 upon 3 minus 1 is minus 4 upon 3. And this will become 0. In place of dy dx, I will write 0. Now to find the value of x, you bring this on the left hand side. Acha, so this will become let's bring this x over here. Sahi hai? To make you understand, let me bring this x over here. So this is x minus 4 upon 3 divided by x to the power minus 5 upon 3. When they're dividing, the powers subtract. So this will become minus 4 plus 5 upon 3, which is 1 upon 3, right? So x to the power 1 upon 3 is equals to 4 upon 3. 1 upon 3 means the cube root. To get rid of the cube root, I whole cube both the sides. So x is equals to 64 upon 27. So this is my x coordinate. Okay? Exact coordinates of m hai. So now once you have the x coordinates, you put them over here and find the y coordinate. So y will be equals to 2. Use your calculators, beta. 64 upon 27 to the power minus 2 upon 3 plus or minus, in fact, over here, minus 3 into 64 upon 27 to the power of minus 1 upon 3 plus 1. Okay? You put this in the calculator and you get your value of y. Whatever it is, please quickly tell me what the value is. Minus 1 upon 8. Okay. Y value is minus 1 upon 8 and that is it. We are done with the coordinates of the minimum point. Okay. Now the next part says, find the area of the region bounded by the curve and the line segment AB. It means this area. To find this area, we need these coordinates. Limits, basically. कैसे find करेंगे? How do you find these limits? How do, Lovely. That is all you have to say. You will say, okay, sir, to find the values of A and B or the x values, you put y equals to 0. So the first step will be, I will get 2x power minus 2 upon 3 minus 3x power minus 1 upon 3 plus 1 equals to 0. Now this is a form of a quadratic equation. What you will do is, and you will only understand this with enough practice, that you can say, sir, y is equals to x to the power minus 1 upon 3. Right? So this will become 2y square minus 3y plus 1 equals to 0. Please solve this in your calculator and give me the value of y. Can I do it through Milton breaking? 2y square 1. हाँ सही कह रहे हो. क्या कह रहे हो? So the y value will be P1 होगा. You know? Okay. So y is equals to 1 and y is equals to half, right? So once you have the value of y is 1, if y is 1, so x power minus 1 upon 3 is equals to 1. So x will be also equals to 1. And y ki other value is half. You can write it as 1 upon x to the power 1 upon 3 is equals to 1 upon 2. So x power 1 upon 3 is equals to 2. Cube both the sides, x is equals to 8 aa gaya. Okay? So the limits are 8 and 1. And to find the area, now I simply integrate the equation that was given to me. Okay? So I will integrate the equation with the limits 1 and 8. And then my equation is 2x power minus 2 upon 3 minus 3x power minus 1 upon 3 plus 1. Everyone, please do it individually on your own. While I'm doing it as well, do not look at the board. Copy down this equation right now and start doing it on your own. And in the end, we'll match our answers. Just note this equation down and carry on with your own work. Okay. Sorry, beta, I disconnected.
Yeah.
So this is the final answer, which is 1 upon 2. And I think that is it. If you have any questions, you may ask, but this should be the final answer, I think. Thank you, beta.